Oh, David, long time no see.
My name is David, and I've been in Japan for 3 years now, and doing modeling. I'm 31 years old.
You are half Turkey, half Sweden, so you have this kind of international background, right?
Yeah, it is very interesting. What I enjoy the most is to look into the family tree, because just like the tree, it can only grow big if
bigger.
the roots are very long. So if you don't know your roots, you will be like a tree that's gonna easily be fall over, I believe. And the biggest struggle is with a half is that if you don't know the full roots, the tree cannot fully bloom. And I like to use that image a lot because I struggled. I was in Sweden, and then you're like, I don't feel 100% Swedish because some of maybe the cultures or some of the things might make you feel a bit like towards another culture. And then also, like, if I shave my beard a little bit and my dark hair, they're like, David, where are you from? And then when I go to Turkey, they look like, so David, where are you from? So I've always been in between. When you're young, you want to belong somewhere.
Yeah, you do.
And then I just accepted that I belong in the middle, man.
Yeah.
And I usually tell people, which is true, that when I'm in Italy, that's the only place they don't ask me where I come from. The only place where
you feel at
feel
all accepted. Somehow, to me, they asked me where I'm from, but to you, they didn't. So you look more Italian than myself, probably.
I started my journey because my friends were saying, like, why don't you try? And I said, I was playing volleyball at the time.
Volleyball?
Yeah. That was my career, and I was going to school.
Oh, wow.
I had no plans, and then I moved to Norway, and I took some pictures with a photographer friend of mine. We sent, and they all said, nah. I didn't have any beard. Like, they're like, no. So I went to Norway, did the sales, and like worked in a marketing agency. And it was during that time that I had time, and also like I had sent out my pictures again, and then there was one agency who was like, yeah, we can take you, whatever. So I started doing like some free gigs or 50 euro gigs here, there. And then I had kind of like applied for everything. So then it came a request for a casting for a catwalk fashion show for a designer school it's called Esmo. That's where I started. It was very scary, but
you made it.
Everyone was models, man. I was like from the office. Yes man, and why not mindset of like, oh yeah, why not? Okay, why not? Yeah, let's try.
How did you end up in Japan?
First time was 2017, and it was because of a modeling contract. So before that, I was already interested in going to Japan because of two friends of mine who went on a business trip in Southeast Asia. And I asked them, like, which city was one of the most inspiring or that stood out the most? And they said Tokyo. And this was 2012. And then somehow it's always been, I also did kendo, I did karate. So it's, my father was very inspired by Japanese culture as well. And my father is from Turkey, so the culture and the bond between Turkey and Japan, the last 200 years, I think was very strong. And some cultural similarities are very interesting as well. But so when I got the opportunity, they asked, do you want to go to Japan? I said, wait, why not?
Why not?
Of course.
How is in Japan, like modeling?
I've been modeling now for 10 years. Really respectful. When they do the makeup, they even they massage, and then they make you feel, they treat you like really good. While in other places it can vary so much. And they're a bit more, we always talk about we need to include women, we need to include men or whatever. Like, you need to have a balance in the workplace. And here in the fashion area, I see, for example, men who are makeup artists more than in Europe, men who are hairstylists more than in Europe, while in Europe it's like very dominating, like field, like women are dominating that field.
I have this image of modeling, which looks like a very fast-paced industry, tough field.
What do we compare with? I mean, I worked in a restaurant. Nothing compared to the restaurant. Because the stress in a restaurant you cannot compare. Like really, like I'm sorry, but that's the truth. And then I worked in construction as well. Like I've done a lot of different kind of jobs, and because I was always open-minded for it, and I liked to work. So when I came into the modeling, I was like, I mean, this is easy. But it's hard. Like the hard thing is your psychology, like your self-esteem. Like let's say you go for 10 castings, and all of them are like they're picking other people.
Person, yeah.
And then you're like, okay, you're stressed maybe about money. You're maybe stressed about why don't they pick me? Have I lost it? I used to work so good. Now I don't work good. I know many women who struggle with their self-confidence because they're not working. Am I not beautiful anymore? So you need to keep like you're at balance, or somehow like it's very season based. So you need to ride the wave when it's going very well. So if you have let's say young people who start very early, who has no other experience in life and come into the modeling, it's a bit tough for them. But if you have some office experience, or you have more like education or something, I think your mind can handle these ups and downs a little bit easier.
Modeling and photographing shape your lifestyle somehow.
I think it did. Yeah, I mean, I used to before I started, I used to have this 9 to 5, kind of routine. Then I went to study. So what it did was to create this freelance kind of lifestyle where you set the pace. If you're working until 4 a.m. and wake up 10 a.m. the next day, that's completely up to you. And you're very free. Like with the modeling as well, like I came from fitness and like training kind of background, so I was paying attention. But,
athletes, right?
Yeah, at least like. But all of a sudden, I couldn't get too big. I had to slim down. Yeah, the curiosity of photography and seeing things from different perspectives kind of shapes what I'm seeing, or I appreciate. I don't know. It shaped my life because I don't believe everything I see. It's like you see a picture and you're like, wow, this must be the real thing. But if you've done modeling and photography, you know that this picture was taken at 4:30 p.m. in the golden hour. The light was there. He had the makeup.
It needs one photo out of 200 photos that are already been taken.
So you are aware of it, portrayed in a certain way. Nothing is perfect.
As a photographer, what's a photo that you haven't took yet that you want to take?
Wow, that's actually a really good question. I mean, I think as an artist, you're always striving for a higher level of always to improve yourself. You always you don't really think that your work is the best, that you can always do better. So something that I would like to take is something like a stunning portrait of a man or a woman, for example, that's like is just timeless, and that can it's just perfect. And perfection is different for everyone. And for me, it's like you just capture something in the moment that has a feeling that can just, inspire people. And another thing is I like traditional things and timeless things. I like to take pictures that are more, maybe more traditional. Like I had the shoot last year with kimono at a place called Enoshima.
Enoshima,
and capturing that landscape together with the kimono, with the old train or whatever, it just makes it feel more
timeless. Yeah.
And for me, that was really amazing. And to do more of that, like I haven't yet shot in an old Japanese home, so I want to create something like that, capture these beautiful moments and using the nice architecture and the feeling of that, tatami mats, but really nice ones that are well kept, and the nice wooden floor, and then the doors and the paintings that they usually
Details,
do.
yeah.
Details are always so nice.
Is there a Japan moment that still makes you laugh when you think about it?
I mean, I'm getting like frustrated, and I can laugh about it, but I'm also frustrated about it. It's like they have something called last order. So last order time is usually 1 hour before, and on Google Maps it doesn't say that. And so even if you want to come there, just have a coffee takeaway or anything takeaway, they say, "Sumimasen, last order na, sorry, last order was." So one time, I was going to a place to just have some pancakes, and they closed. I think I knew about the last order, and I knew it was at 9. So I come there, arrived 9:03. I'm not joking. And why I remember is because when I asked, "Oh yeah, we want a table for 2." And they always do this expression. "Sumimasen,
申し訳ないで."
last order wa kuchi." And I was like, I said, "What? Yeah, it's 9:03." I said, "Yeah, so sorry. Closing." Yeah, the last order rule.
Okay, that's not the rule. Last thing is the dice challenge. Okay, go. Na 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 na. Whoa. Share a small secret.
Secret.
Small secret.
We were very young, me and my brother. So the neighbor was painting the house. And, we were kids, so we were like, "Oh, nice paint, Oh, that's a nice car." So we took his paint and we started repainting his car. And then, obviously, we got shit for it. But my mom was like, "They're just kids,
Pray again.